The latest. Thank you for your love and support. According to the Deputy President of Kenya, that the current President of Kenya, William Ruto, is after his life. According to him, that Ruto tried several times to poison him. That before then, he made sure that he removed the security of him. Then there's this kind of food poison, and that this man is having secret deals. That he's also trying to implement things in parliament that wouldn't be okay with the Kenyans. According to the deputy president, that Ruto is sending people after him. This man do not want to be told the truth. That there are a lot of things, secret deals, that will not benefit the people of Kenya. We've seen that in the past months, there were protests everywhere asking for Ruto to leave office because they didn't like the policies that he's implementing. This is scary. Wherever we are as a black person, whether here or in the diaspora, we are one people. We should unite. We should love ourselves and be ready to work with ourselves. If we are not able to love and work together like the oppressor is doing, then how do we move the continent ahead? United we stand, divided we fall. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, East Africa, and in Kenya.
Karen Hospital, the scene of some alarming remarks by impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who now claims he has survived some attempts on his life by state agents.
Gachagua, who was discharged from hospital Sunday afternoon, launched a fiery attack on President William Ruto, describing him as a vicious man out to finish him and his family.
Now, the impeached deputy president told reporters that his food was poisoned and his room bugged with devices during the recent tour of Nyanza by President William Ruto.
Gachagua says his impeachment was part of a plot by President Ruto to remove him, claiming the president only used him to ascend to power.
Citizen TV's Seth Alali was in Karen Hospital when the impeached deputy president was discharged. Take a listen.
Looking seemingly frail, Rigathi Gachagua emerged from hospital, accompanied by his wife Dorcas and his allies. This was the first time impeached DP Gachagua was seen in public after being taken ill moments before his scheduled cross-examination during his impeachment trial at the Senate. The embattled DP, who emerged without bodyguards, revealed of 2 failed assassination attempts prior to his impeachment.
Undercover security agents entered my room in Kisumu and bagged it, and one of them tried to poison my food. In Nyeri, another team from the National Intelligence Service came to Nyeri and tried to poison food that was meant for me and Kikuyu Council of Elders.
The impeached DP, who claims all his security details have been withdrawn, says his life and that of his family are in danger, and that President William Ruto should be held responsible if anything happens to them.
And if anything happens to me or my family, President William Ruto must be held to account. Do whatever you want, but let me live. Let me look after my children. You can do whatever you want with the country, but allow me to live.
Terming President Ruto as vicious, the embattled impeached deputy president accused the head of state of being directly behind his predicament.
Especially now when I'm in hospital, crippling me, treating me like an animal. I think he wanted to take me the Matiba route. But God is gracious. It didn't happen that way. I hear many of his people are calling here asking whether I'm dead, whether I'll survive, whether I'll recover. They were celebrating.
Gachagua revealing how he narrowly escaped death moments before he was about to take to the witness stand during his impeachment trial at the Senate.
After I stabilized, he did tell me that had I been late for another 20 minutes, we would be talking a different story today.
Having wished Kenyans a happy Mashujaa Day earlier through social media, Gachagua revealed of a well-calculated scheme that prevented him from attending the national celebrations in Kwale.
Wilson Airport were told that I should not go through Wilson Airport. All owners of helicopters were told that I should not be allowed to use any of them to go to Kwale.
In faulting Senate's impeachment proceedings against him, Gachagua
food. And all this time he could see and he could evade the trap. And now eventually the president resorted into buying every member of parliament who could be bought. More than 400 members of parliament, MPs from both the opposition and the government side were bought. And then they were asked to basically pass a bill or a motion to remove the deputy president, accusing him of things like treason, things that do not even add up. While the Kenyan president at the same time was actually committing several treason activities. For example, he secretly sold the international airport in Nairobi, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, to an Indian billionaire called Adani. And this came out, was exposed by blogger who was threatened and almost got abducted by the Secret Service. Then the deputy president actually didn't know this, that the airport was sold to the billionaires, and now he came to ask or to tell the president not to do it, and that's when they fell out. That's where the bone of contention is. One of the reasons is that the deputy president is opposed to selling of public assets in secret dealings with foreign billionaires. The president of Kenya doesn't care. He's selling the airport. He's also planning to sell the port in Mombasa to another billionaire, maybe the same one. He has also sold the electrical transmission line, according to the members of parliament, and saying that, you know, they want to improve electricity in Kenya, though the electricity in Kenya doesn't need that kind of improvement. So he has sold the power generation to this billionaire. Now that is treason, because he's doing it without parliamentary approval. He's doing it in a secret, selling off public assets without, letting Kenyans know. Kenyans are discovering when the sale has gone through, and that's the problem. Then we saw in June, young people, the Gen Z, Generation Z, who are the young people born mostly after 1996, 97, protesting in the streets of Nairobi and other major towns in Kenya across the country against a tax bill proposal to overtax them and denying them a chance of ever getting a job, because the taxation was to kill private entities, private businesses, and that's where they get jobs when they graduate from colleges. So they protested.